Hello and welcome back to Red Gaming Tech for yet more of your daily gaming news here on the 1st of November with myself and Marta. Today I am bringing you some news from the Xbox One as Microsoft has put up a privacy statement blog addressing the Xbox One and Kinect data capture, which of course has been the topic of much heated discussion and concern since the Xbox One was first revealed. Now, Microsoft's Albert Pinello has discussed this several times in an attempt to cool fears over people's personal data being sold or sent to third-party companies and advertisers. So this may be treading over ground that some of you have heard before, but this is an official statement blog which basically lays down how exactly the Kinect will capture data and what it will do with that data once it has been captured. So hopefully this will put some of your concerns to rest regarding this, or perhaps not, we shall see. Now, the privacy statement blog, which was flagged by IGN, is rather long, but there is a nice section on the Kinect where Microsoft has written, quote, "The camera can be used to sign you in. To do so, it measures distances between key points on your face to create a numeric value that represents only you. No one could look at those numbers and know they represent you. This authentication information stays on the console and is not shared with anyone." They then stress that Kinect data exists as a very long set of numbers, and those numbers are apparently deleted after you exit your current play session and then regenerated the next time you play. And the blog further explains, quote, "Microsoft may collect these numeric values, to enable and improve gameplay and improve the gaming experience. But again, they are, quote, destroyed after analysis is complete." And it then continues by saying, quote, "You control what happens to photographs taken during gameplay and whether voice commands are captured for analysis. You can turn Kinect off at any time. When Kinect is used with certain games and apps, your skeletal movements can be used to estimate exercise stats. You can decide how your stats are managed and whether they are shared. Some game titles may take advantage of a new Xbox capability called Expressions. This feature allows you to use your defined facial expressions to control or influence a game. This data does not identify you, stays on the console, and is destroyed once your session ends. Then there is a further line further along in the post which does cover personal information such as profiles and of course your very sensitive information regarding your bank details. And it does read, quote, "Except as described in this privacy statement, we won't disclose your personal information to a third party without your consent." And on the topic of targeted advertising created from the Kinect's data capture, Microsoft has said, quote, "You may opt out of receiving targeted ads from Microsoft advertising by visiting our opt-out page." So there you have it. That is the final line on the Xbox One's Kinect and the data capture. Now, obviously, if you are not planning on using the Kinect for any gameplay features or so on, you can switch it off via the privacy settings on the console itself, or of course, just disconnect the device. It was, of course, essentially a part of the console at first, but that requirement has now been removed, and when it is off, it is pretty clearly explained through several statements from Microsoft higher-ups, such as, again, the one and only Albert Pinello, that when it is off, it is not doing anything, it's not collecting any data, and it's simply used for IR. So I think that some people are probably still going to have concerns, and I don't really blame them for still having concerns because, well, we're not really used to companies having access to this kind of information through our consoles. I'm not too fussed about getting targeted ads. I mean, that happens all the time. When you go onto Facebook, for example, you know, if I click like on a certain type of page, or if I click like on, let's say, a load of bands, metal bands pages, which I do because I'm a fan of metal music, then I'm going to get ads directed towards that particular style of music and the fact that I like anime and things like that. So it's not exactly anything new to be getting targeted ads, but I don't think that was really people's concern. I think the main concern for a lot of people was, what is going to happen to my personal information? Is it going to be sold off to a third party who can then do dastardly things with my information? That's a concern that a lot of people have, but I think that this puts a lot of these issues to rest. The only thing that may put a minor niggle is that you have to opt out of these things. So when you pick up the Xbox One and you don't wish to take part in these features, do remember to turn them off because they are on by default, as you might expect. So just keep that in mind if you do still have concerns about the Kinect's data captured capabilities. Still, hopefully that's the last we've heard of this. This has been a topic that has been talked about a lot ever since the Xbox One was revealed, but with the posting of this official statement, hopefully that will make it very clear how this actually works, and maybe we won't hear any more official statements. There'll be no more changes. This will just be the last thing we hear. Whether or not people are okay with it, it kind of comes down to the person, and that's fine, but hopefully this is just done and dusted and we can just accept this as a part of the Kinect, either use it or don't, and then just move on. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.